Oh my God. There we go. Oh, looking good.
There's no thrust. It's the same on the ceiling.
Yep, we'll have to do that too. Yeah.
I'm just getting tight.
Yeah.
And then I can't see.
Got the cowl mechanism in today. Show the handle on that, Jake. There we go. Run it.
There's stuff on top.
Oh, there is? Okay. Now I would have hit that and knocked everything all over the place. Just getting the surface rust off the inside of the cowl so we can throw some Rust-Oleum on it just to protect it. Looking good, Jake. Whoa. Need to use two hands at all time on this camcorder. We got the cowl in. I'm gonna clean it off, Jake, so you can lift it up if I can stop shaking long enough to. Move a couple more bolts out of the way. All right, lift that cowl up. There we go. We had to insert the screen, mount it in there, and then the cowl bolted in. Jake got that done. We're working on the window frame and the dash panel that runs the mechanism to open up the window. And Grandpa's working on the carburetor assembly right now. What can you tell us about the carburetors you've done so far, Pop?
Well, the carburetors have been rebuilt. They were rebuilt by my late, very good friend Bill Pavro from Seneca Falls. We used to go to the street rod meets together up in Burlington, Vermont. I asked Bill to make a triple deuce setup for me, and we took some 94 carbs and come up with a good combination. I had to modify the carburetors for the triple deuce setup. We put longer shafts on them so that progressive triple deuce linkage would work. You can see the shafts are considerably longer than what they were. Normally they end right there. This gives the clamps on the progressive linkage a place to clamp on the opposite side of the motor. The drive side of the motor, or the passenger side, is the side with the main throttle linkage, and that connects that right there. And then through that center throttle shaft, that drives all the rest of this linkage to power the two end carburetors. So it's coming along. I've got the intake manifold cleaned up, and I'm finding out that there's a way to put these carburetors together, and that is from front to back, because if you do it from back to front, you can't get a wrench down to tighten the rear bolt hole, which is in the center of the base of the rear carburetor. So I've got to take this one off, put this one on, and then put that one back on. Live and learn. That's what it's all about. This has got the choke. This will have a cable activated choke. These chokes won't work. They're just basically sit there. I may take them out, I may not. They're not in anybody's way. And we've got bonnets for the carburetors. Those are those three reflective things down there. They're louvered, old-timey looking things. Things are coming along pretty good. Got our headers. We're gonna run these inexpensive economy headers because it just doesn't need anything more than that. Motor's ready to go together. I'm waiting for the flywheel and the clutch assembly. As soon as we get that, we're off and running to the races. That's about it for now.
I'm doing pretty good. We got the bell housing.
Yep, bell housing, starter plate is all done. I got the starter.
Where'd you get that plate from?
That plate I found on Craigslist. A guy named Bill Bachman in Erie, Pennsylvania had a 52 Ford, which is what the bell housing is. He had a 52 Ford bell housing, starter plate, and something else, I forget what it was. Oh, the throw-out bearing, or the clutch fork. Clutch fork is what it was. And I already had the clutch fork and I had the bell housing, but I didn't have the right starter plate, and that's a very unusual starter plate. Very peculiar to that bell housing. So we emailed back and forth, and once we went to a tech site for flatheads, and it gave a real good description of what the starter plates were supposed to look like for various year motors and various bell housing shapes. And once I showed him which one, they were numbered, I showed him which one I thought I needed, and he said, yep, he says, I think that's the one I got. So I bought it from him and got it the other day, and sure enough, it's perfect. We just cleaned it up, I painted the back side of it, and starter mounts on the starter boss. I checked that out, that's a go. Other than that, why, that's ready to go together. As soon as I get this together, I'm going to set up the triple card linkage on the driver's side. We're going to have 3 shafts sticking out there, and this linkage will connect all them shafts in a sequence to where the center carburetor works all the time, and the 2 end carburetors will work on about 3/4 throttle.
I'm working on the mechanism for the windshield. Been greasing that up, loosening it up, and we're getting ready to assemble it back in the rat rod shortly. And that's it for now.